In a world dominated by men, meet Virginia Hall, a woman with a wooden leg and an unbreakable spirit. Krystyna Skarbeck, Churchill's favorite spy. Vera Atkins, the charming intelligence officer. Noor Inayat Khan, the courageous wireless operator. Odette Hallowes, a mother-turned SOE agent. We owe our World War II triumph to these extraordinary women. Number 1. Lady with the Limp. Virginia Hall was a determined woman whose ambition to join the United States Foreign Service led her to an embassy post in Turkey. Unfortunately, a hunting accident resulted in the loss of her foot, leading to a wooden leg and a limp. Initially working as an ambulance driver in France, she fled to the UK when France fell to Germany. Surprisingly, she was recruited by Vera Atkins and became the first female SOE operative sent to France. The SOE was a crack organization set up by Churchill. Their role was to go into Nazi-occupied countries to spread propaganda, collect important information, and attack important targets, actions that would support Britain and the Allies' role in the war. Fleeing France via the Pyrenees in winter, she joined the OSS upon returning to Britain. She was sent back to France disguised as an elderly peasant woman. Hall operated as a radio operator, monitoring German intelligence and coordinating supplies for the Maquis resistance. Her efforts undoubtedly contributed to Germany's surrender and the end of World War II. She survived the war and continued her career in intelligence, becoming one of the CIA's first female officers. Number 2. Churchill's favorite spy. Krystyna Skarbeck, born into Polish aristocracy, was known for her horsemanship, shooting skills, and ability to charm men. Although her mother was a wealthy German heir, she remained dedicated to Poland. When the Germans invaded Poland in 1939, she was overseas and sought to enlist but faced obstacles due to her gender. In London, she presented the British Secret Service with a plan to ski into Nazi-occupied Poland to deliver vital intelligence and support for the resistance. She and Olympic skier Jan Marusarz crossed the Tatras Mountains from Hungary during a harsh winter. Their journey left behind a trail of bodies that alarmed German patrols, showcasing Skarbeck's determination and the risks she was willing to take for her cause. She once saved the life of her lover, Francis Kammertz, by using her wit and charm to convince guards to release him from prison. After the war, Skarbeck continued her service under her new name, Christine Granville, working for British intelligence. Winston Churchill's daughter Sarah was considered to play her in a movie about her life, with Churchill reportedly considering her my father's favorite spy. Number 3. The most powerful woman in the history of espionage. Vera Atkins was born in Romania. Her father, Max Rosenberg, was a German-Jewish businessman. Her mother's family was of East European Jewish origin, who had emigrated via London to South Africa. Vera Atkins was young while working in Bucharest when she met the dashing Canadian William Stevenson. Charmed by Vera, William introduced her to the German ambassador of Romania to get information from him. The ploy worked. Soon, Vera began gathering intelligence for the British while outwardly working as a translator for Stevenson's steel business. She joined the Special Operations Executive as an intelligence officer, where she recruited and trained agents for missions in occupied Europe. During World War II, Atkins played a crucial role in organizing and supporting SOE agents, frequently traveling to France to assist with operations. She worked tirelessly for Britain, serving the SOE with dedication and leadership.
Number 4. Noor Inayat Khan. She was born in Moscow to an Indian father and an American mother, and was a descendant of the famous 17th-century Indian ruler Tipu Sultan. As a member of Britain's Special Operations Executive, SOE, she became the first female wireless operator sent into occupied France, where she transmitted crucial information to the Allies. Tragically, Khan was captured by the Nazis and shot in the back of the head by an SS guard Wilhelm Ruppert. Her last words were "Liberté." Immediately afterwards, her body was thrown into the blazing crematorium. In 1946, the French awarded her the Croix de Guerre, the highest civilian honor. 3 years later, in 1949, England awarded her the George Cross. In France, Noor is remembered as Madeleine, a heroine of the resistance. The mayor of Paris described her as a modern-day Joan of Arc. Number 5. Odette Hallowes. Born in Amiens, France, she played a pivotal role in World War II. SOE had seen in Odette the kind of patriotism, sense of duty, and courage required, and asked her to consider becoming one of their agents in France. Odette, who was living in Somerset at the time, did not want to leave her daughters, but she realized that this was a chance to protect their future freedom. After training, she joined SOE agent Peter Churchill in France as part of the Spindle network. In April 1943, after several months of working together, Odette and Peter were betrayed and imprisoned. Worse was to come for Odette, who endured brutal torture for information on her fellow agents. She refused to say anything. Her silence saved their lives and enabled them to carry on their vital work. She was kept in Ravensbrück's underground bunker for more than 3 months, on starvation rations and in complete darkness, 24 hours a day. Her desperate longing to see her 3 young daughters burned as fiercely as ever, as did the desire to return to Somerset and to feel once more what it was to be free. Odette had cleverly made her captors believe she and Peter were related to Winston Churchill and may be useful in their negotiations with the British Prime Minister. She believed the deception was their only chance of staying alive. She was right. It did save her and Peter's lives. In 1945, she was handed over to the American military base. In the end, we salute these unsung heroines, reminding us that history is shaped by extraordinary individuals against all odds.